If you have spent too much time away from your New Horizons island, you might not know what I just... I'm sorry. As of this morning, Nintendo, Animal Crossing on Twitter have confirmed that, like we were teased in the last General Direct a couple weeks ago, we're getting an Animal Crossing presentation this month for content releasing in November. It's been dated. It's been given a time. 7 a.m. Pacific time, 10 a.m. Eastern time. Europe, I apologize. I can't do that math at the moment. But October 15th is the day we get to see the future or potential funeral of Animal Crossing New Horizons. So, out the gate, when they teased this presentation, I imagined that there would be more than what they teased. Because in the presentation, they genuinely tease Brewster. They tease the Roost, the cafe and the museum. And I don't know why that information, that content would get its own direct if it was just that, or if it was just like a new place to hang out. Because at your general direct, arguably your biggest non-Smash presentation of the fall, why not just do that there? Animal Crossing is a huge game. Sure, it could attract attention of the fans on its own day, but like, it's one of your marquee titles of the last couple of years. It's sold Switches, so like, why not just try to sell more Switches? You got a new SKU coming out with the OLED this week. So I imagine they broke it out because it's going to be substantial. And this tweet from @Animal Crossing Isabel, retweeted by Nintendo of America, it says it's a 20-minute presentation. So I don't know how you spent 20 minutes on just Brewster and the Roost. Maybe they do. But I do think, potentially, hopefully, my line of thinking that we will be getting more than just the cafe, just Brewster. Hopefully that comes true. What that would be, I don't fully know yet. But I think, as a fan of Animal Crossing, who first played New Leaf, probably put around 100 hours into that. Played a bit on GameCube. New Horizons, though, is like the one I went in hardcore on. I'm pushing 300 hours. Like the rest of the globe, I had a lot of free time last year, and I put a lot of that time into Animal Crossing and my island and getting to know my villagers. I really enjoy that game. I enjoy the chill vibes of Animal Crossing, but New Horizons is lacking some quality of life features that were present in other games or just features from other games. And I'm a believer that Animal Crossing is a game about chilling out. It's about taking your time. It's about not stressing things. But when you introduce crafting, when you introduce mechanics like crafting and navigating the island and modifying the island, there is an element of, this feels cumbersome. Well, why can't I craft multiple items at once if they're the same item? Why can't I select multiple things in my inventory to move around, to discard? Things like that build up over time. And as somebody who hasn't played the game much this year, but this past weekend I probably put like 6-7 hours in, getting back in, cleaning up my island, redoing my house a little bit, putting out some Halloween decorations, because like I said, I love the vibes. Animal Crossing is a vibe game. Love the vibes of the holidays. I want to prep for playing more of this game, especially if this November content is appealing to me. Do I think this presentation will come with quality of life things that people have been asking for since literally day one of the game? No. I do think, though, the Roost and Brewster might either be deeper than we are led to believe, or there's other content here as well. I think we should start with the Roost and Brewster, right? Because from memory, I didn't spend much time there in New Leaf, the club or the cafe, whatever it was. But if it is simply just a new area to hang out in with your villagers, I will be disappointed. It's like, oh, neat, but why did this get its own presentation, right? So I'm forcing myself because of that to imagine it's going to be more than that. Is it going to give new ways to interact with our villagers? New villager dialogue? Hopefully, yes to both. I remember there was a rumor that like jobs could come to the game if we can work as a barista there. maybe have a coffee making minigame for our villagers. I'd also really enjoy that. If our other villagers could get employed there, maybe that would be fun too. I think there is a world where the package of the Roost is more than just a new room in the museum to hang out in, even though that's most of Animal Crossing. Because if it is that, I feel like it would come across as too little too late, where you have this game that did incredibly well, that has the potential to be the pinnacle of the series, and in an age where we live in a digital storefront era where DLC expansions, live services, ongoing games exist everywhere, Animal Crossing could be that. And if the only new content that's not Mario item themed for 2021 is a new room with a different vibe to it, that would be disappointing. Because unless I'm mistaken, I think everything in 2021 this year has just been the recycling of last year's events, which is Animal Crossing's whole thing. Not a problem, but I feel like Animal Crossing should get that push to evolve and get with the times and become more lively. And I think at the end of the day, that's my biggest issue with New Horizons, is that, because again, I haven't really talked about it much since last year, I have 2 lazy villagers and I like 2 or 3 sporty villagers. Maybe that's on me, but they feel very samey. Even my villagers of other lifestyles, they say very similar things every time I talk to them, to the point where now I only talk to Dizzy. Because Dizzy's my dude. Dizzy is my favorite villager. Every time I log in, I gotta check in on him. But everybody else, I know what you're gonna say to me. So, like, is a script DLC too much? I don't know. There's a lot of villagers in the game, so obviously they can't all be very distinct, but some personality booster shot would be very much appreciated. Does that come through the Roost? Through the way we can interact with them? Can I invite Dizzy to go get coffee with me and we have a nice conversation that way? That'd be dope. That'd be awesome. Hopefully that's a sign of other things to come. But when I look at New Leaf, right, there are locations of New Leaf that people want, like the town square in New Leaf, right? You can get your coffee or your club, whatever was there, the hair salon, the Able Sisters, the Dream Plaza, some other stuff. As cool as it would be to have a actual like shopping district for the island or off island, a lot of those things are kind of redundant because they were streamlined and reorganized to work in New Horizons much more like smoothly. The mirror that lets you change your appearance, the wardrobe, yeah, you can go buy clothes, but that's a very easy way to do it. Your bed is exactly where you just have to hop in bed to go to the Dream Plaza. So I don't know what returning elements could be exciting from Animal Crossing, and that's why I hope the Roost is more than just a cool area. In terms of other things I could and hopefully see happen, would be the promise of a paid expansion down the line, of a mainland area where we can meet up with friends as a hub, shopping, mini games, something like that. That would be awesome. Bring back Captain, just so we can get his songs in there. Because I'm shocked, in the tropical island themed game, Captain is MIA. But I something small, like just fun things. I love the vibes, but New Horizons music is a bit too peppy for me for every hour I've played. I would love if we have the Nook phone MP3 app and we can just pick, oh, now you want to listen to the New Leaf soundtrack for every hour? Go for it. You want to put them on shuffle? And it's a luck of the draw. What's 4 p.m. going to be? Is it going to be City Folk this time? Is it going to be the original 4 p.m.? Is it going to be Wild World? Something like that. Something to just make my interactions with the game feel new and refreshing. Because I'm nowhere near the high end of hour count that some people have reached with this game. But at 300 hours, I do feel like it's a little samey. And I have to make my own fun. So I don't know what I should be expecting going into this presentation. If it truly is bare minimum, new area, new vibes, maybe some Zelda anniversary items in the game, I'll be bummed, and I will probably feel that New Horizons has had its time. I'll play it still, but I won't expect more stuff in the future. I think best case scenario, there's more to this. Either there's more to the Roost, or there's more to the Direct, whether that be a promise of more content in the future, or Captain's back and we can do some cool new side island thing as well. But I'm curious what you think. If you're a diehard Animal Crossing fan, what do you want out of this? Are you going to be happy with just the Roost? I've tried to stay away from some of the data mining because I feel like I heard about Brewster 11 months ago and it's not happened until very recently. So anything I have heard, I'm kind of just taking with a grain of salt. It's probably not happening. What I'd like to hear from you, is this a presentation that is going to make or break your engagement with the game? Because I don't think it'll break mine. But I don't know what there is to break, considering I play maybe a couple hours every other month at this point. But Animal Crossing New Horizons is a great game that could be even greater. It has potential, it has the audience too, so I hope they do something with that. And we're just a few days away. I'll probably react to this like I did for Smash, so hang around till then. If you're new to JoyClicks, sub, because I'm kind of on a roll of doing a video every day at this point about whatever I feel like talking about, and you seem to be enjoying it, so thank you a lot. And yeah. Nobody.